Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Atlakat, and today we're bringing you guys back another Steel Division 2 video. And in this matchup, we got an exciting matchup with you guys for the Squire Joust monthly tournament for the month of September. For the Kingdom Discord, you will find a link in the description. And in the blue, we have Borry playing as the 11th SS Panzer Grenadier Norland Division. It is also on balanced income. And in the red, we have Redbull34 playing as the 44th Strakovi Division, also playing on balance income. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, especially with two players playing on balance. So I guess we'll see which one survives the longest. Right before we start the match, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you never miss a video. Also, we're on Instagram now. Give us a follow. We have tons of new content on there as well. Links are in the description. We will get back to you guys shortly after this deployment. Okay, and we're off to the match. You can see that Borry is deploying heavier onto the right-hand side, onto the left-hand side. A little bit weaker on the right with just an armored car and a pioneer squad. Red Bull is deploying a little bit heavier with a T-34 85 1944 and some of these little infantry squads as well. So he's got the upper hand on the right. Borry will have the upper hand in the left, and in the center still seems like Red Bull may have somewhat of a slight advantage due to the fact that he has more units. But Borry is quickly taking steps to set up his defenses as soon as they enter their side of the town. Engagements happen immediately on the left-hand side as his Pumas quickly start overwhelming these recon squads and the flamer squad that was deployed. They're not going to be able to do much damage as they skyrocket right past them, capturing as much ground as they can, capturing the flag here in this side and capturing this flag as well. Red Bull brings up some reconnaissance aircraft to keep an eye on the battlefield, overwhelming on the right-hand side as Red Bull pushes a little bit deeper. There's only a pioneer squad and a armored car to stop them. Center seems to be completely under control at the moment. There's only a Panzer Grenadier squad and a pioneer squad watching over two flamers moving forward with two Gavaria right behind them. Borry captures the entire sector right now, putting pressure on these two flags as well. Stug 4 is watching over. There is an anti-tank gun placed up on the hill that should be able to see anything within I think it's a 750 meter range. MG was forced to fall back. Pioneer squads are moving up into the forest to try to capture the flags. There's only one unit watching over them, but there are two AT guns that could be somewhat dangerous. Pioneer squad is holding onto this flag here in the center. Grenadier squads are engaging the Gavaria along with the pioneers. They are not in the building, they're out in the open. And the pioneer squad was destroyed with the armored car now being left by itself, engaging some of these units. It will not be able to do any significant damage with that T-34 being in the vicinity. Borry brings out a fighter aircraft to strafe that AT gun. Misses. T-34 is roaring its way down the road. I'm guessing he's going to try to take it out with the Stug, maybe. 14-10 right now with Redbull34 in the lead. MG42 is being overwhelmed by the two SG43 guns, and a Panzer Grenadier squad is capturing this flag, or I think it's moving up towards the hill. But that T-34 is a menace. It's now out in the open, and they likely will see that squad pretty soon, but he's able to dismount beforehand. Oh, more sat repeater being brought in with some with the commander as well. Going to try to overwhelm this side. There is a Puma on the hill. I'm not sure if this will be able to take it out. take that T-34 out, maybe if it gets in range or gets close enough. There is another Puma too in the woods. IG-33 is shooting at the AT gun now. Fighter's still in the air, strafing right now. There doesn't seem to be any anti-aircraft defenses or anything really to stop it at the moment. So it's right now just flying around by unopposed. Panzer Grenadiers seem like they're overwhelming that SG-43, and they are able to take it out. T-34 is going to shoot at that AT gun. No, it's going to shoot at the Panzer Grenadier squad. Right now, Borry is in the lead with... Nope, never mind. It's 12-12 still. Both players have made good advances. Borry has been able to advance on the left, while Red Bull's been able to advance on the right. The center seems to be where things are right now pretty much at a stalemate. Oh, and that takes out that T-34. Gavaria and a commander squad and a satrapy are all in the hillside, all on this hillside right here. There's only a Panzer Grenadier squad to stop them, but there is a Puma now in the road, which will make it extremely dangerous for this infantry squad. 11-13 with Borry now in the lead, slight lead. IG-33 is firing once again at that, I think at that AT gun, but that AT gun is getting absolutely shredded right now by that MG-42 and gets knocked out. But this M42 shoots at the MG-42, knocking it out as well. Holding on to that one flag as Borry captures this one, and holding on to the only flag left on the left-hand side. And Borry is doing really good work right now. Really keeping the pressure on Red Bull on the left. Red Bull isn't really advancing too much on the right. It's pretty much just staying in place right now. There is a Panzer Grenadier squad here, but it's not really threatening at the moment. And he does have the T-34, and there's really nothing that can stop him in this area, especially with that tank in the area. Oh, and Red Bull brings 3 reconnaissance aircraft. These little biplanes. They're very vulnerable to any type of fighter, any type of aircraft, or any type of AA gun as well. Very slow, as you guys can see. They take their time to get into the battlefield, but they'll still be able to give Red Bull a good idea of what's going on around them. Looks like a T-34 85 is engaging the Puma, knocks it out. Round bounces off the T-34. Red Bull is trying to get back and capture the flag. This unit is completely surrounded as those Pioneer squads sneak behind that M42. I'm pretty sure this flag is gonna fall too. Yep, it falls as well. And so does the M42, with Borry capturing pretty much the entire left-hand side now. Game is still 12-12. Fighter aircraft is in the sky now, gets shot up by some anti-aircraft gun. Yak-1B shoots it down. And still keeps his reconnaissance biplanes up in the sky. So he should know right here that Borry is pretty weak right now on the right. (10-14). Borry's in the lead. I'm guessing this gun's going to fire on those MG guns, or likely on anything that's up here on this hill, as Red Bull has tons of guns just set up all over the place. He is trying to overwhelm those Pioneers and capture the flag in the center. There's 2 flags he's going to have to capture, along with this one if he wants to get back in the game as well and have a lead over Borry. Borry is doing really good work right now on the left-hand side, as I said before. He's bringing up now a Stug 4 and a Panther D. T-34-85 gets shredded to pieces by the AT gun. And Pioneer Squad is on with return fire, heading up towards the hilltop. This entire area is completely unoccupied at the moment. The Gavaria and the Satrapy and the commander moving up. They're going to be extremely vulnerable, especially with those tanks now in the vicinity. And these Panzer Grenadiers can see anything coming into the area. They're going to be no match for the Panzer Grenadier. Good fire here. Panzer Grenadier squad tries to retreat, gets destroyed. AT gun's going to be extremely vulnerable to those two squads moving up. And more Gevarias are also making their way into the combat. Likely with the objective of taking back this one flag here and eventually making a push. But at the same time, as we speak, Red Bull is also pushing to the center as well. He's captured the flag in the center. And right now has Borry on the back foot. This Panzer Grenadier squad does have a Panzer Shrek, but is getting shot by the T-34 and is out of range. Oh, a nice little bomber aircraft coming in. And it's likely going to bomb those two units there. Nice. Now Stug 4 is giving some good supportive fire as well on those units trying to capture that flag back. Borry is able to counter that and is able to ambush them as well, causing a lot of damage. AA guns are now working on those recon units. Like I said before, they're just too slow and way too vulnerable to anything. Nice airstrike to sneak it in. Does not knock out those Pioneers. With that aircraft, oh, does not get away. Bringing up some supportive guns. Gevaria is retreating. And more Panzer Grenadiers are going to be making their way up. It's going to try to overwhelm this entire left-hand side and capture this entire area. And SU-152 is also being pressed into combat. It's going to likely try to capture the flag as well, but it's a little bit tight in there. And in the center, we got a push. The Panzer Grenadier squad gets absolutely annihilated. Did not see the fact that Panzer Grenadier squad had taken out the T-34 when it got too close. Or if that was the Stug, honestly. No, I think it was the T-34. Not the T-34, I mean the Panzer Grenadier squad. T-34 takes out itself. This would be the dumbest thing anyone's ever said. Stug 4 is watching over the road if anything gets close, but I'm pretty sure Red Bull has an idea of what's going on there, so he's probably going to deploy somewhere around here. Try to get a shot at it, but instead Borry moves over to engage the SU-152. Looks like since it's in movement, it's not really reacting to the Stug 4. Stug 4 quickly moves as soon as it doesn't get a effective shot in, but the Panther D is watching over as well. Action is all over the map at the moment except for the right hand side. There's no movement from Red Bull. Borry is flooding more units into the center, along with another Stug 4 and some Strunk Pioneers. Strunk Pioneers are also moving onto the left hand side. Panzer D engages the SU-152. It's trying to retreat and get away, but I think it's going to get knocked out by the Panther D. Gets knocked out. Stug is now in range as well to anything that's coming down that road. Panther D retreats. Is that Stug going to be able to take out that T-34? Bounces off also the Stug 4. Oh, Stug 4 has now some transmission damage. Does get a good shot at the Stug 4. And gets completely wiped out by the Stug. Good play by Borry. And Borry has a good lineup of infantry now, just waiting for the moment to attack. There is only a Guevara and a Satrapy waiting inside the side of the forest. There are some over here as well, but they're really not doing any movement, and there's not much they can do even if they came out in the open as well. Yak 1B takes out the anti-aircraft, the anti-tank gun. And with that little biplane, Red Bull drops some bombs. T-34 is aware of the Stug, so it's going to try to hide in the building. Still somewhat vulnerable if he decides to move it up a little bit. It is at its side armor right now, especially at the rear, so it's going to be very easy to be taken out. Pioneer Squad is working on that M42. Really doing some really good work on this side. It almost looks like Borry wants to envelop him completely, take control of this hilltop here, and then just do some really good fire from somewhere in this area. If he's able to capture this entire hilltop here, he should be able to close off the highway, which should cut off some type of reinforcements coming towards the center. As you guys can see, Borry's also reinforcing the center as well. And this Panther D and this recon unit's also moving forward. Panther D is a very good tank, especially very well at 2,000 meters. And with this recon unit, it's going to be able to see very well what's going on. Already begins working on whatever's on the road. It's going to be able to fire off a round. It does not, but decides instead to get into position. There is a T-34 and an Su-152 also making their way down the road. They will likely get ambushed. That Panther D is in a perfect position right now. Let's see what happens. Good shot, misses, but still is able to get some shrapnel on it. Turns around, looks like it's trying to go forward, takes a round, takes some damage. Panther D is likely going to take out the T-34. Boom, knocks it out. SG-43 is being engaged by the Pioneer Squad, kind of dangerous if I would have to say so. Oh, SG-152 takes another round. And gets knocked out as well. Damn. Good play by Borry. There's still a recon aircraft, but now it's a little bit different now. Borry does have anti-aircraft guns, especially, and he's going to really shred those really slow planes. Oh, Tu-2S is coming up too. Where is he going to drop his bombs? It's pretty dangerous now with the amount of anti-aircraft. But he might be able to get his bombs to release. Oh, does not. Falls back. And looks like more vehicles are falling for the ambush that Borry has set up on the hill. So far it's taken out a truck and a tank and an assault gun. And looks like Borry's been able to clean up the mess here. He's moving his units up towards this side here, capturing this. Probably going to capture this entire forest line. No movements to the right. There is a strong Pioneer Squad moving up towards this flag. Is still 12-12. Game is still effectively even. Yak 1s are likely going to try to take out the Panther. They do not do some damage, but do not move the Panther out of its position. Pioneer Squads are engaging the Satrapy, but are doing pretty good. Oh, that assault gun's not gonna, that 18 gun's not gonna survive very long. With this position here, he's really gonna affect any deployment that Red Bull can bring in, especially towards the center. As you guys can see, Borry's just building up right now. And Borry looks like he's making a counterattack for this flag. This does put him in the lead with 11-13. Pioneer Squad is getting pinned down by the SG-43. But there's another Pioneer Squad moving up as well. Might be time to move these guys back. (11-13). More strong Pioneers are moving up as well. Likely going to be deployed in this sector over here. Panther's still doing its mauling work, having absolutely no mercy on anything coming down the road. It does not have its recon anymore. It's over here, but it should still be quite dangerous. I'm not sure if these guys can see all the way over there. Oh, Borry's now bringing up fighters as well to strafe those guys. Tears them up, getting shot by some anti-air. But as long as it stays in this side, it might be safe. Yep, Strump Pioneers are moving into the forest. It looks like this entire sector is Borry's objective. Even with this one little position in the hill, he has a major advantage over that road. Oh, those guys are forced to surrender. Strump Pioneers are moving all the way down the road now. That T-34-85 is also coming down the same road. It's not trying to go a different direction. Instead, it's just going to come down the same path. And likely going to fall to the ambush of that Panther D. As reinforcements are looking like, Borry has a good advantage right now in the center. Has not even deployed many units into the right hand side. And looks like that T-34-85 is going to fall victim to that Panther D again. Oh, nope, he's able to get away. And the entire hilltop is now completely captured. Things are looking pretty bad for Red Bull. He is in a bad position despite the fact of being close, and he surrenders as he runs out of pretty much space and deployment at that point, making that a very good play on Borry's side, especially with capturing that hill. Kills are about a two kill advantage for Borry. He did very well at putting the pressure on Red Bull. Red Bull's biggest issue was losing the hill at the on the left hand side, and that really affected him. But overall, the entire strategy was much better on Borry's side. He pushed on one side, pushed towards the main road, and I'll have to say that's pretty much the reason why he also had a major advantage and probably won the game too. This Panther D being probably one of the main units that he really relied on the most and did most of the work as well. But as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.